blue. Hello, YouTubers! Again, this is your cameraman and guide, Daniel Drupsky, for this last and final video that I have in store for you for this time. Here's one of the funniest movies of all time, and I don't mean the Mel Brooks movies like Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles, and I don't mean the Zucker brothers from the Airplane and the Naked Gun franchise. But we got here like one of the great all-time comedy classics of all time, of the all-star cast comedy effort of the 1963s. It's a man world, Hawaii Dream Edition, has all your favorite cast in there, directed by, not Mel Brooks or the Zucker brothers or John Landers, but the legendary Stanley KRAMER. Stanley KRAMER is the one who directed such films like Judgment in Nuremberg and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and it says a wacky, crazy, a comedy to reckon with, yep, by the New York Times. It included newly restored sequels, plus interviews with Stanley KRAMER and the film stars. And this movie is only 3 hours long. The original length was only 2 hours and 30 minutes. And these footages from this film were actually recently discovered from the old warehouse during the early 1990s around the NGM NUA lot. And that's how the old warehouse is ready to be tearing down for like the demolition. In this film, it's a man world. It had stars in this film like the legendary Spencer Tracy as Captain Culpepper. Then it has all comedy casts like Seth Caesar from the best known for Your Joseph Shows. Then it has Ernie Kovac's wife, EDIE Adams. Yep, EDIE Adams is best known for the Ernie Kovac show, and Ernie Kovac couldn't do the part of EDIE Adams' husband. But by the time, before this film was even in a production, Ernie Kovac got killed in a car accident. Also had Buddy Hackett, you might know him in The Music Man, the legendary Mickey Rooney, Milton Berle, Ethel Merman from this No Business Like Show Business, Dorothy Previne from the Roaring Twenties TV show, and she appeared in Disney's Back on Track, and Never a Dull Moment. And also has Bill Silvers, best known for Sergeant Bilko, Jonathan Winters, my favorite character, best known for the Twilight Zone episode playing pool with Jack Klugman. And also has Terry Thomas, a British character actor. You might know him for Disney's Robin as the voice of Sir Hiss. Dick Shawn from the Mel Brooks producers, co-starred. And also one of the two cab drivers, Peter Falk from the TV show Columbo. And best of all, Eddie Rochester Anderson, Jack Benny's broadcaster. And it has an all-surprise cameo stars that includes Jimmy Durante, William Denris, Three Stooges like Moe, Larry, and Curly Joe, Jim Backus, Marvin Kaplan, Arnold Stang, Carl Reiner, Jess White, Paul Ford from The Music Man as the mayor of River City, Iowa. You might recognize him. Joey Brown, Buster Keaton, Sterling Holloway for the Disney voices that he did during the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. It has Edward Heather Holton, Zazu Pitts, and neither's Don Knotts. Best known for the Andy Griffith Show, and one of the other comedians were not even in this film, like Bob Hope, Jackie Gleason, Danny Kaye, Red Buttons, George Burns, and Gracie Allen, and I guess that's about it. And they even have with Jerry Lewis is in there too, without B. Martin. It's a man in their world. It's about when the old guy played by Jimmy Durante got killed in a car accident, and that's how all the vacationers had to challenge into a race to find the money. They had to fly a plane, drive the car through the state, and also they had to be paying damaging up places. Like for instance, Jonathan Winters, I like in this scene, in this movie, when he wrecks the gas station versus Arnold Stang and Marvin Kaplan, And this copy of this movie on VHS is the long restored version that you don't want to miss. This is my favorite old-time copy of this movie. Yeah, I'll tell you about the rest of the details later, and I'll show you what the tape looks like. Hold on. Here's tape 1 of this movie, vertical label from MGM UA Home Video in 1991. This tape was printed on July 17th, 1991. And here's tape 2. It's a mad world. Vertical label, tape 2. This tape was printed on July 17th, 1991. And I can't tell you about where they have to find the money, but I'll wait for it after we have the opening and closings of this. And it comes with the behind the scenes of the movie. So without further ado, here's an all-comedy star cast of this 1963 epic comedy of all time. It's a mad world. Enjoy. And probably this copy of this on VHS might be a macrovision.
After its premiere engagement, It's a Mad World was edited by United Artists for worldwide release. The deleted scenes were discarded and assumed lost forever. Some of this footage was recently discovered in an old warehouse slated for demolition. Working in cooperation with Stanley KRAMER, MGM has now restored 20 minutes of this lost footage, transferred directly from 70mm. And now, MGM UA Home Video and Stanley KRAMER are proud to present It's a Mad World.
The That picture was a smash, I think, because it was a love connection, you know, between the performers, Stanley, and the project. Everybody really went all out.
Oh, it was a huge success right from the beginning. Right from the beginning. But then that's something that you figured, well, that ought to be a success. That's one of the few times I ever started with something that ought to be a success and it turned out to be.
It showed the industry and the public that you can make an expensive movie, a large, lavish movie, and have it be a comedy and work.
Mad World has this enduring thing because it is about the truth. It's truth. Everything there is truth. It's happenstance. You can take this, oh, that's a big thing to put in there. This is true. But it actually could be true.
This could happen in the 21st century. Maybe not the same cause, there might be Martians doing it, but the word greed has been all throughout the centuries.
To sit down in the theater, any one theater, and to look up on that wide screen and to see all these people is silly gas.
It's called relating. It relates to the person who sees it. There's always somebody in that picture, or the premise of the picture, that Charlie will say to Alice when he sees it 10 years from now, or now, and say, I had a cousin like that.
We felt there was going to be some sort of a classic because with all these comedians in it, I mean, there were a lot of great comedians.
You felt this was a very important picture. You felt this was the definitive comedy.
Those kinds of artists and those kinds of comics no longer exist. The closest thing to where Jonathan went is Robin Williams, I suppose.
It's all a bunch of accidents tied together.
I've said to many people, when they say, you've only done a handful of films. That's true. But to have done it's a mad, 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 mad world. If I never did anything else, that was the biggest film in my life.
Somebody always said, well, why 4 men? And I always think to myself, I should have made it 5. Because it's a mad, 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 mad world.
What it was like to be on that picture, it's a comedian's dream.
There isn't any formula you're going to be able to set down out of this. That isn't what it is and what it's about. It's a unique object to be judged on how much you enjoyed it.
That will be seen forever because it's one of the great motion pictures ever made. All due, besides the performers, all due to the production, producing, and the direction of Stanley.
folks, I hope you like the opening and closing VHS of one of the funniest movies of all time. It's a Mad, 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 Mad World from 1953. And and also this documentary of this film was narrated by Chuck Reily. The same Chuck Reily narrates the Disney read-along books adventures known as the Bona Vista Read-Along Adventures. He narrates during the 1980s, like he narrates one of the Star Wars read-alongs, the Indiana Jones read-alongs, and the Gremlins read-along. Chuck Reily. So, it's a Mad, 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 Mad World with so success in the box office in 1963 that you know my dad, Jeffrey Drepsky, went to see that movie when he was a kid, and then all of a sudden, his father, like my grandfather, like Grandpa Ben, was not happy about that. So when he got home hours later, his dad beat the crap out of him. Back then we didn't have cell phones like to communicate to tell you where you are. Yeah. Originally, when It's a Mad, 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 Mad World first came out on VHS and Betamax, it was in 1981 in a 2 hours and 30-minute version in 2 tapes in the Magnetic Video Corporation. Then it was reissued in CBS Fox Video in 1985. The one I have the other copy of it is the edited version. This copy we showed you, it was the restored long version. Like some footages were actually cut out from the theatrical release. And this is the 1991 reissue of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, and it was reissued again with the long version in double length in 1995, the first time ever on DVD, 2001, and they had that in the Criterion collection for It's a Mad, 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 Mad World on Blu-ray, of course. And about the money, they found it in Santa Rosita Park. And you know the trees in that movie? It's hidden underneath the big W. 3 pine trees, or 4 pine trees, shape of a W. And Spencer Tracy is Captain Culpepper. He was the villain in it. He took all the money. And then I do like the climax at the ending of the movie when everybody's getting all the money. And then the ladder from the fire truck just got out of control. That was hilarious. And also in that movie didn't have other comedy teams. Didn't have Abbott and Costello and Laurel and Hardy, or not even the Marx Brothers. Yeah. And they say the other movies, like compared to the Mad, 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 Mad World, it's like the 1965 The Great Race with Jack Lemmon, Natalie Wood, Tony Curtis, and Keenan Wynn. And Dorothy Previne had a small part in the movie. And also in other movies I compared to it, another Mad, 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 Mad World, that is the 1941, directed by Steven Spielberg. Wasn't a great movie with John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Ned Brady, Robert Sachs. Wasn't that great compared to Mad, 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 Mad World. And Joe Flaherty was in it. Was in 1941. The one who just recently died this past week at the age of 82. So I guess it wraps it up for the opening and closing VHS of one of the funniest movies of all time. It's the Mad, 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 Mad World. And I'll see you again next time I have more openings and closing VHS tapes. And please try to comment, subscribe, make notification, or ring the bell if you like any of my videos on that channel or not. Until then, this is your cameraman, Daniel Drupsky, signing off, and wish everybody out there a best of luck from this earthquake that we had today. Later, folks, and stay safe from the earthquake in New York. Bye.